It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're going to see Mark Andrews. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Packers and the Cowboys on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by.
Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Love going to throw right away. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyrell Dodson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now, let's go to that play.
Now this air mail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. On now is the Packers punter, Cavante Turpin, deep for the Cowboys. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded at about the 28. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Packers defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, We think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame. I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Elijah Moore, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Packers defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Now Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Packers offense set to go. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Dillon now off the option. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Packers come into this one looking for a 12th win on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Well, the numbers there for Lloyd last week. 15 carries, 72 yards.
And they've already clinched the playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st down, it's Lloyd. He'll take it inside the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Here's Love.
He's got his man. It's Andrews.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Dillon will take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he is the NFL leader in passing yards here in the penultimate week of the season as he looks to finish strong in order to capture the crown. Prescott from the gun. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight line.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
And I believe that that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now Prescott. He's got the connection to Moore. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott off play action. And that would get a wide up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Prescott now. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
To the air again, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a first and goal. Hubbard will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Throwing. Love. A short throw to Musgrave.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
To throw now. Here's Love. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Throwing on second and long. Love got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Love. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
They were backed up behind the sticks, but he still found a way to make that first down happen. That's the kind of fight every coach hopes his franchise quarterback has in him. Look a tough situation like that in the eye and come up with a solution on the spot.
They'll run on first down. Lloyd. 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 50 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered him down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Love now. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive 7 plays in length. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him.
They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it.
And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he gets this up past the 40.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jordan Love and the Packers heading back out there. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Love with a give to Dillon.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. On 3rd down, it's Lloyd. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Lloyd.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and 6 now.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. A short throw caught by Andrews. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lloyd, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Lloyd. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Love. And that is incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end. And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Lucas Van Ness.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you, because it seems to be working pretty well.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott.
He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space, down just beyond the 35.
Now 2nd and 9.
Throwing, Prescott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Prescott now from the 50.
That one out wide and intercepted.
The 20. 5. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Gregory. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Prescott.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, where it was the Seahawks who were able to get the victory at home. Laviska Shenault, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we take the long trek eastward to Tampa, check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Baker Mayfield, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Ty Chandler, a touchdown run in the victory. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On a counter, this is Hubbard.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. So the completion good for 6 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Prescott. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Love going to break the huddle. Lead the Packers up here 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lloyd. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. To pass. Here's Jordan Love. That's complete to Dobbs. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
A short throw to Musgrave.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Prescott.
And he'll go right back to Lamb.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
On play action, Prescott. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Packers' 29-yard line.
Now Prescott. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Prescott now. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hubbard going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
2nd and goal from the 1. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment. Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Still second down.
Alert, don't jump early and give them free yardage.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score.
Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. On the move to his left. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Love looking to throw it.
Short throw. He's got Kraft.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lloyd, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Throwing. Love. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lloyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down. Now Love.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Now a give right side. Lloyd trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
To throw now. Here's Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The tight end in motion right. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. That's Stevens.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Throwing. Prescott.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Love now.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lloyd. Will go down as a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Love.
The escapability in evidence there, as that one good for 15 and a first.
Now that's a killer, because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Lloyd
down to about the 45. Now a 2nd and 6. Love. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
looking to throw. Love. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Good tight covers there from Trayvon Diggs.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Prescott to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Gregory. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Escapes the sack. And this is caught. He hits more. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. It fights him off.
Checks this down to Hubbard.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Elijah Moore.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because you had the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
He finds his man, complete. It's Lloyd. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
On first down, Lloyd. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon.
And some room to roam now.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Lloyd. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. To the air again, Love. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. Love looking to throw it. And that one too wide and incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
4th down, 10 yards to go. Here's Love.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Right back to Hubbard.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Cowboys, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.